ahead on Daytime Buffalo. Get your bathing suits ready. The 2023 Polar Plunge is this weekend. We've got everything you need to know before hitting the beach. And the Festival of Lights is up and running. We've got everything you need to know before you go. It's all coming up right here on Daytime Buffalo. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I'm your host, Chelsea Lavelle. Joining me now in the Daytime Buffalo studio is Erica Rapel, Neil Grubber, and Ken Smith. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got to talk about this Polar Plunge. We've been pumping up this event, getting ready for it. So tell everyone what the Polar Plunge is and how we're all doing this to help support a great cause.
Yeah, so Polar Plunge is December 1st and December 2nd. It is the largest fundraiser that we have for Special Olympics New York, and it is actually the largest one in the state right now. So we are holding that title thanks to the generosity from Western New York and everybody, like our law enforcement partners, getting involved.
Absolutely. Neil and Ken, you guys are teammates, correct?
Yes.
Okay, how did you guys first get involved?
Well, I got involved personally back about 6 years ago. A friend of mine passed away. He was involved with the law enforcement torch run, and not much of a runner, so I going to jump into the lake, and that's how we got involved, and we've been doing it ever since. This will be my fourth time, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a great cause and a great event.
Mm-hmm. And you said last year was your first time, right?
Yeah, actually it was our first. Neil, he's a correction officer at Lakeview. It's a correctional facility, and our region is full of about 5,000 correction officers and sergeants, and he kind of brought it up to our region, and a lot of the members decided they wanted to jump in the water as well. So going out for the first time was definitely an eye-opening experience. But as a collective group, here we are again this year as our second year, and our hope was, we were able to raise enough money to be the top first responder team, and that was obviously our goal again this year. And as of right now, we're luckily right there. We'll see come Saturday when we go in the water if we're still the top or not. But.
Yes, like you said, you guys are the top fundraising team for law enforcement. How much have you been able to raise so far this year?
We believe we've hit over 11,000 at this point before Saturday, and there's obviously still more money coming in.
Yep.
Okay, and Erica, what does it mean for you to have that support from our law enforcement?
It is huge. So the law enforcement torch run supports Special Olympics. It's not a local movement, it's actually a global movement. Mm-hmm. So law enforcement from all over the world supports Special Olympics as we are their charity of choice. So having local departments and local facilities like Lakeview coming in and jumping in the water and supporting our athletes, carrying the torch with our athletes. So our torch, the Flame of Hope, will be there leading the parade to Plunge, and these guys are going to be taking everybody into the 48-degree water right now.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that snow is helping today, right? Now, what are some of the other community initiatives that Special Olympics is working towards?
Yeah, so again, with the law enforcement torch run, we do things like the Buffalo Bowl, which is the 6-on-6 flag football tournament. We host torch runs where we carry the Flame of Hope throughout different communities. We have Law and Orders where our law enforcement come out and they help serve tables with our athletes. It's all about that partnership. Our law enforcement are our athletes' heroes, and it's just so amazing to see the bond that they have. Once our law enforcement meet our athletes, they never turn back because they know that they're there supporting Reed and Haley and Julia and putting the smiles on our athletes' faces, giving them that opportunity to play and compete.
Yeah, why don't you talk more about what it means for the athletes to see the community coming to support them to continue to do what they do?
Our athletes, their faces and their smiles and their expressions are so genuine. When you see them compete, they are on cloud nine, and Special Olympics gives them that opportunity to do that. So by doing initiatives like the Polar Plunge and having the partnerships with law enforcement last year raised $2.4 million just in New York State for Special Olympics New York. They are the biggest partner that we have, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. From our dive teams that are going to be keeping us safe on Friday and Saturday to our teams that come out and lead the parade to the plunge.
Okay. Now, for someone like me, who this is my first plunge, what advice do you have?
I'm going to turn it over to the guy over here that was a first-timer.
Yeah. Get lots of towels, lots of big towels. Try not to be the first one in the water. Try to go up to your neck if possible, but get out as soon as possible. Because there's
get in and get out.
Like Erica said, the water is definitely warmer. Last year we had a really windy day, from what I remember, and that didn't help. But those big towels help. But Try to get there a little early because parking's a little tight, but it's a really fun time. Get under the tent. There's a heated tent, but like Erica says, seeing some of those Special Olympics athletes, and it's a really special thing because we got to spend some time with Reed last year, and he's a very talkative fella that was so energetic and excited to be there. It's a fun time. So if anything, more than anything, besides going in the water, which is obviously at the end, but meeting some of those Special Olympic athletes it's what you do stuff for, and in a world where giving back is something that could be a selfish thing, it's a really good feeling to see some of these kids or adults and their parents too, because their parents are a big part of it and they're so excited for them. Seeing something like that would be something that I would recommend doing.
Yeah. What about you, Neil? You're like our veteran for years now.
Like I said, when you first go in, you instantly go numb. So the worst part is when you're coming out.
Okay.
So when you hit the water, that's the shock, and then when you're out, that's when it's a little chilly. So make sure you have a nice big blanket or a towel to wrap up in, and it's a great event, and we look forward to it, every year, and we've gotten bigger and bigger every year. When I first started, we had a handful of people from Lakeview, and now we're region wide. We got a good number of people joining us this year, and it's getting bigger every year, and that's what we like to see.
Absolutely. For us to have the biggest one here in the state is absolutely incredible, and a testament to, the community getting involved. So thank you all for coming in and what you do. And again, the 17th annual Polar Plunge takes place December 1st and 2nd at Woodlawn Beach State Park. You can register at buffalopolarplunge.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.